Namaste children. I am Nandini Miss here. I am going to take social today. Before going to the lesson, I will give you a thought. The thought will give energy for you. Today's thought: the biggest source of motivation are your own thoughts. So think big and motivate yourself to win. Children, always think big about yourself. Don't think less about yourself, because your own thoughts are motivations for you. It will only help you to develop and win in the life. Again, I repeat the thought: the biggest source of motivation are your own thoughts. So think big and motivate yourself to win. Children, today I am going to revise the lesson, the Indian Constitution, which I took in the last class. Now, what is Constitution? When you enter your class, a set of rules and regulations are there to follow. They were written in some charts and they were pasted in the classroom walls. So the rules may be like this: whenever you see a teacher, wish the teacher. Walk in a line. Don't litter. So these classroom rules are there and you have to follow it. Similarly, for a country also, you have to follow certain rules and regulations. Now, Constitution. Constitution is a document that lays down the basic rules and regulations for people and the government in the country to follow. It means it's a document. That document contains the basic rules and regulations for the people to follow, and the government, that is the ruler, also has to follow. Again, I repeat, Constitution. Constitution is a document that lays down the basic rules and regulations for people and the government in the country to follow. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar is known as Chairman of the Drafting Committee of the Constitution. Indian Constitution gives importance for all the citizens of India. Now, I am going to explain the Constitution of India, the preamble. Preamble means the introduction page of the Constitution. So, this will give the gist of the Indian Constitution. Here I will explain each and everything. We, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India. So, we are all the people of India. We decided to have the India as sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So, sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic and republic country. Now we are going to see the meanings of each and every word. Sovereign means supreme power. So here in our country, the ultimate power lies in the hands of the people. But in those days, in king's rule, the power will be, that is in monarchy government, the king's rule, the power will be in the hands of the king. Here the supreme power is under the people's hand, in the people's hand. Now next we are going to see the word socialist. Socialist means the country following socialism is known as socialist. So here socialism means a political and economic theory of social organization which advocates that the means of production, distribution and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. It means here production, distribution and exchange, all these things are owned or regulated by a community. In this type of community, there is no disparity. Economical disparity is not there, because everything was owned by a community, not by any private individual. So there is no disparity, economical disparity. It means there is no rich and poor. Now, this word socialist was added to the preamble of Indian Constitution later stage only, that is in the 42nd Amendment Act of 1976 during emergency. It implies social and economic equality. That is, under social equality, everyone has equal status and opportunities. Next we are coming to see the word secularism. Secularism means no state religion, all the religions are equal. In India we have different religions: Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism. So all are equal here in India, and Indian government is not promoting any particular religion. Now this secular word also introduced in later stage. The principle of overlap rather than separate of religion and state in India was further recognized in a series of constitution amendments starting with Article 290 1956 to the addition of word secular to the preamble of Indian Constitution in 1975. So they are thinking about the religion, and then they brought the concept of secularism, that is no state religion, all are equal. Now we are going to the word democratic. India is a country which is following the principle of democracy. Democracy is defined by the Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln is the 16th president of USA. Democracy is defined as the government of the people, for the people and by the people. It means it's a government of the people, that is people are forming the government for the people, it is for the people and by the people. And the people only electing. Who has to rule them? The people only electing. So again I repeat, democracy is defined as the government of the people, for the people and by the people. Next we go for the word republic. Republic means a state in which supreme power is held by the people and their elected representatives, and which has an elected or nominated president rather than a monarch. It means there is no monarchical government. It is the king or queen, their rule is not there. It is the rule of elected representative, and the representative is from the people, and the people only electing him, and he is a citizen of the country. So now next we are going, again we are seeing the Constitution of India, preamble. So it says that sovereign, so ultimate, supreme, and then the people is ultimate, supreme, and then socialist, people following the socialism. Secular, it means no state religion, and then democratic. Democracy means rule of people, for the people and by the people. And then republic, that is the ultimate power is people power and ruled by the people of that country, and it's secure to all citizens. Okay, this rule secure to all citizens, justice, liberty, equality, fraternity. Now we see all these words. Justice. Justice means right behavior or treatment. Liberty means freedom. Equality means the state of being equal. Fraternity means a group of people sharing a common profession or interest. Sharing a common interest, common professor. In other words, we can say brotherhood feeling. So again we will come and see the preamble. See, justice, that is the right treatment. So right method for social, economic and political level. And then liberty means freedom, freedom of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship. So whichever religion they want to follow, whichever way they want to express, they can have the liberty for that. That means they have the freedom for that. They have the freedom to have their own faith. And then equality, that is being equal in all the status. And the opportunity, all the opportunities are equally given for everybody, and they are trying to promote among them all, promote everybody. And then comes the fraternity. Fraternity means brotherhoodness, that is the brotherhood. Fraternity means brotherhood, that is having equal interest. All are having equal interest about the India and assuring the dignity of the individual. So everybody's dignity is important for the other. One's dignity is important for the other person. And the unity and integrity of the nation. So nation's unity, integrity are all important for everybody. So these are all given in our Constituent Assembly. This 26th November 1949 do hereby adapt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution. So this is given in the Constitution 26th November 1949 to adapt and follow to the Indians. Now, the Constitution gives the fundamental rights. Now we see what are the fundamental rights. The basic rights are known as fundamental rights. The fundamental rights in the Indian Constitution include right to equality, right to freedom. These are the first two rights. So first we see right to equality. All the persons are equal before law. This means all persons shall be equally protected by the law of the country. There is no discrimination on the basis of their religion, sex, caste, everything. And every person has access to all the public places, including playground, hotel, shop, etc. State cannot discriminate anyone in the matter of employments. And next, right to freedom. This includes the right to freedom of speech, expression, right to form association, right to move freely and reside in any part of the country, right to practice any occupation. And next, right against exploitation. It means the Constitution prohibits human trafficking, forced labor and employment of children under 14 years of age. According to the Constitution, child labor is prohibited, human trafficking is prohibited, children up to the age of 14 has to go to school. Next, forced labor also not allowed. Next we go for right to freedom of religion. Here in India all the religions are equal. All the person has the right to practice, profess and propagate the religion of their choice. Next coming cultural and educational rights. So here the Constitution states all the minorities, religious or linguistic can set up their own education institution in order to preserve and develop their own culture. The last one is right to constitutional remedies. This allows citizens to move the court if they believe that any of their fundamental rights are being violated by the state. If they have a doubt their rights are not given properly for them, then they go for the court. In the court they will get the justice. So these are all the fundamental rights. Right to freedom, right to equality, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. These are all the important 6 fundamental rights given by Indian Constitution to us. Now we will go for the assignment part. So I had given 2 questions. First question, what is Constitution? You have to write what is Constitution. Second one, define. You have to define what is secularism, what is democracy and then socialism. I hope this revision is very useful for you children. Thank you children.